Hey, Dr. Brett here. I'm back with Chanaka.
Hi everyone.
Hey.
Today I have a question.
She's got a question.
It's about how do we know that what we want? What is our passion?
So how do we find our passion or purpose in life? Is that purpose?
What we want to do? Yes.
Yeah, so I'm a big believer in getting creative, getting off your duff, getting out there and exploring. And one of the ways you explore is you meet people on a regular basis and you have conversations and you ask them about them. So, there are a lot of people that ask me that question, how do we find our path or our purpose? Well, if you're meeting people regularly and you're really curious and interested in them and what they do for a living or what they do for fun, and you're basically, interviewing them in a chill, laid-back way, in other words, getting to know them, you're learning. And when you're learning, you're sort of also trying on, could that work for me? So again, exploring what other people do and having conversations with other people and maybe even at times shadowing them, right? Volunteering, helping them in some way. Some kids work for me as interns or and sometimes I mentor kids if they, if they're the right fit or if they're adding value to my life. That's a way of sort of deciding, getting real experience as to whether you might want to do what someone else does, right?
You mean volunteer?
Well, volunteer is one way, right? Mm-hmm. So you get experience. You're helping people, but you're also getting experience, right? In the old days, we used to call it apprenticing, and people would apprentice. In other words, where they work for somebody for a year or two and learn their trade. Nowadays, almost everybody wants to get paid right away, and so it's very rare that you have someone that works for you just to learn. As a grad student, I worked for free for years. Helping people learning my craft. I didn't get paid for it. Mm-hmm. In fact, I was charged for it because that was part of the requirements for grad school is that some of it counted as part of the tuition. So basically I was paying to work for free. It's pretty crazy.
How can we know that what we want to do in the future, what for the work or just ask,
well, what I'm saying is to explore,
okay,
not to. Yes, asking questions helps, but put yourself in someone else's shoes by spending time with somebody. If you want to explore being a massage therapist, go do it for a day if you can, right? Do it, volunteer and do 4 hours of it and see if you really want to do all that hard work on people, if that's what you want to do. Or if you want to be a graphic designer, go hang out with other graphic designers and see what they're doing. And then start learning how to do graphic design work. See it? So you want to start exploring with action behind it. Right? People call me up and they want to know, probably once every 2 weeks I give away a half hour, an hour of my time for free to some young adult kid that is interested in sports psychology, and I usually have a conversation with them on the phone and they ask me questions. And I tell them to get, to get real life experience as well. Work with athletes if you want to do that. Or I also ask people to travel the world. In other words, have experiences in different cultures, because I think it teaches you a lot about life. And when you know a lot about life, you can be a better guide. Whether you're a therapist, mentor, sports psychologist, you really want to live more and live more adventurously, and then you have more courage. And when you have more courage, you're better at guiding people.
Okay.
All right, good stuff. I'm Dr. Brett.
I'm Snacka.
Thanks.